yeah, the whole cool colors thing. Spa, refreshing.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Okay. What kind of, is that like just a drop ceiling, like an acoustical ceiling, and what kind of light fixtures are
For
in
the hallway?
For the bathroom. Well, for all, any of it, I guess.
He knows where the
Yeah, and every room, but these two, wherever the HVAC stops is where they're going to drop in the ceilings. They're guessing about 10 feet, and it's going to be just regular, like fiber board. Is that what they call it? Acoustic tiling.
Acoustic tile.
Yeah, with new energy efficient fluorescent lighting fixtures.
So,
like that.
acoustical tile in a grid.
Like that, in the grid. Actually, the square is better than the long rectangles, but I don't know if there's like a reason why we would want to use either one.
Which one are you, I mean, have they already put you on a path?
They have not picked out.
The 2x4 is just a more economical, because you don't have to run as many cross members.
Right. Yeah, that's okay then.
But it's totally up to you. I mean, there's, you know.
I'm not scared. I don't mind, like, unless it's a necessity, I don't mind taking the more economical route, because again, I know how much is being put into, like, the super specialty things that are in the building.
Okay, so you're going to do 2x4 acoustical, and then you're going to, pretty much everywhere, you're going to just do, like, a lay-in fixture, like a lensed recessed fixture with the ceiling?
Yes.
In the bathrooms, too?
Yes, absolutely. They're like the same size as the acoustic tiles.
2x4 fluorescent fixtures. Okay. So really, it becomes more and more important too to get our details from the colors, because we're not necessarily going to have as many architectural details to play off of. So we really want to get the colors just right.
Okay. So we need carpet and tile colors?
Carpet and porcelain and...
porcelain sounds good.
Well, it's, and there's a couple of companies that that I could talk to that have some good, inexpensive options for porcelain that we can look at.
Awesome.
And it's usually what it is it's just allowable for a less intense environment, which is kind of what you'll have. You're not going to have super heavy traffic. So.
No, we won't.
Yeah, so you can do that. And Tori and I talked a little bit about the fact that you're gonna, if you're doing a tile here, you're gonna want to have a walk-off mat outside at the very least, and just be aware that, I don't know if she said there might be an awning.
There is an awning, and I think we are going to keep it. Do you have any idea for the color also for the awning? It's right now it's a stripe, and
looks
probably
sort
the
of
cheapest
heinous.
thing is we just change the color of the
New
fabric and keep it, because it's going to be expensive.
She's not saying new fabric. She's saying to repaint the fabric.
Oh, I don't know.
No, Joseph said that.
Joseph said
can you paint the fabric?
I don't know.
See, that's
why
every
I'm
time that
asking.
comes up, a couple people in the room sort of like phase out, and they're sort of like,
Can
I
you
don't know
do
about
that?
that.
I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if it'll actually take. Now, if he's had experience with it, then I defer to him for sure. But yeah, for new awning fabric, I mean, really, that's, again, it's a statement of your business. So I mean, you want to pick that color carefully. If you want it to be timeless and understated, then you might do something more neutral. If you wanted it to be like that's your flag, then it could be, you know, some amazing color that represents your businesses.
Ooh, what amazing color is that?
You know, again, that's where it gets really personal. I mean, is it red or is it?
You know, the review board too.
Yeah.
So who knows? They might not like such a loud color.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of factors.
Need to think about that.
There's a lot of factors there. But if you're thinking about long term, one thing to be careful about with colors is some colors wear or fade more easily than others. medium colors are better than light colors. A lot of times medium colors are also better than dark colors, just for wear and tear. So, if you want it to be a presence, but you don't necessarily want to put a color stamp on it, there's a world of neutrals out there, and a lot of it then would depend on just the color of the building and what coordinates well.
Right.
Where it doesn't necessarily have to be the flag of the building, it's just an architectural detail of the building. And
That's
then really you just go to coordinate.
which direction we'll go.
Yeah. So, I've done both. I have some clients who just do black awnings on everything because that's their stamp. They put black awning on or green awning on everything because that's their flag. That's what they fly. We did a fabric awning. Mark and I did the toy store out here, and we did a fabric awning on the front of it, but the whole point of it was to be like a circus tent, and so it's got color, it's colorful.
Maybe we should go for the circus tent.
It's an interesting look.
Yeah, right.
It is. It definitely belongs on a toy store. So the walls that need to be white, for sure.
It's one wall in this room.
Okay.
I'm gonna maybe put the setting of the table. Paris is supposed to measure and give it to me, and then we are going to figure out which wall. But just one wall
in the computer room. Yeah. But then the whole photo studio.
Yeah.
Photo studio.
And then everything else. Does everything else need to fall in line with the rest of the color scheme?
It can be any color.
Whatever would be conducive for creativity and learning.
Yeah.
Kind of she wants. So you can.
Bye.
Bye.
Best to the fam. Nice.
That's great. Grays are really good colors for creativity. So just
I know
traditionally
loves grays.
They're really great for creativity traditionally.
Really? I didn't know. I thought
That's
it's
awesome.
boring.
It depends on how you use the gray, but I think a lot of times what it does is it sort of cleans the palette without being too powerful. Like white can be very tiring, but then gray kind of cleans the palette without being overpowering. So grays are good for that too. But then,
This was office.
yeah, she wanted some gold in her office. I still think
She
we
said
could do
anything Maria thinks
Yeah,
is good.
we
and
just
she's
needed to
open
find starting points. for
Sure,
everything.
yeah. And I think too, even for the office, like some of the other areas, you could have, a wall color that's a general wall color, but then you could have an accent wall. Like she could go from this to something stronger, which might be more appealing. Like this is fairly, if you think about this color, it's fairly light.
Right.
If you wanted to have something stronger that makes a statement, then the rest of the walls could be.
I like that a lot. It really jazzes the spot up. So
yeah,
so
and that is more like your personal stamp. Like you open that office door and there's your, this is your stamp wall. This is my space. But then you close it and you're surrounded again by neutral, and it's.
I like the two colors you pointed out as well.
This one?
Personally, together at least. I wouldn't have picked Triple Crown on its own, but
Really?
with another color, I think it's great.
I
But
think
that's just me.
Well, no, I think this could actually, when we were talking about, when I was telling you that we might want to cool the colors down a little bit even from here, this with maybe a little bit cooler neutral could be really pretty together. Something more in the warm gray range rather than the just tan range.
Feels good.
Yeah, and because, gold and gray are a really great combination too. So that's something we can look at. I'll pull some things. And
gold and gray, huh?
Yeah. It's actually, there's a trend right now of white and bold yellow, but that's sort of an offshoot. Golds and, like if you had, let's see, I don't know if I'm going to pull a good gray out of this box. It can be hard to use sometimes. It doesn't always have
gray.
Yeah.
I've got
gray
on mine.
Yeah. That's right.
I love that veil, and I'd still love to hear what you have to say. Far let me know that you said they're like more calming, cool colors instead of warm, which is great because I don't want any warm colors skewing what my ears are seeing, if I may.
Yeah, and that's where that sort of creative thing comes from. It's the clean palette effect.
Right.
Even something like that is really Really pretty nice
Yeah,
together.
it is.
And you can even go stronger than with the gold.
Fossil.
You know, you could go here and get a really cool like that. It's really kind of a neat combination. And this could then replace your warmer tone and sort of start to become your all over color because it's just a little bit less warm.
Right.
But